This is the great legend, and I am coming at you live. Finally, fans, the legend is back. Now, I was originally going to be coming back around May. As you can see, my room ain't clean yet. But, yeah, I was originally going to come back in May and hopefully show you a different look behind the screen here, or behind me. But, unfortunately, I got a little lazy. You know, sometimes it's really hard to get motivated. And I've talked about this to some of my friends out there in YouTube land. And sometimes it's rough. It's hard to get motivated. But tonight is not about the great legend. Tonight is about one of my legends. One of your legends. The heart and soul, I believe so, of this comic book community. His name is Koesten Braumstar. And before we get started into talking about my main man, Scott Braumstar, we're going to give him a plug. Because when me and Scott used to do our thing, I was plugging like an MFer. But I'm going to tell you, you want to see Koesten Braumstar, you want to see one of the greatest people I have ever met in this YouTube comic book community, you want to see the greatest in the Criterion collection, a movie reviewer like no other. He is the movie maniac. He's got comics out the wazoo. He gets them all the time while you're getting blue. And what else does he do? He does everything in pop culture. He's a collector. He's an admirer. He's a poet. He's a damn funny comedian pretty much too. He's a great guy, great sense of humor. So go to youtube.com/Koesten Braumstar. That's one word, youtube.com/KOESTENBRAUMSTAR. And where are you going to be? You're going to be typing that shit in your URL location bar right now to see Koesten Braumstar. Now, tonight is the special tribute to Koesten Braumstar, who we all know and who we all love. And we call him Scott because when we watch his videos, we feel comfortable watching his videos. And sorry if this fan's going off, but it's hot as hell in this room. But we feel comfortable watching Scott's videos because, like Scott, like so many others in the YouTube comic book community, they are folks that are inviting us into their personal lives, into their personal domains, into their personal homes. Well, what opposed to a business home or I don't know, foster home? Who the hell knows? But anyway, personal homes, to show the passion he has for comics, music, movies, and above all, pop culture in general. I've learned a lot from Scott. Let me go ahead. Let me check the comments first, because you know I'll go all night on one subject, and this subject tonight is Koesten Braumstar. Man, oh man, he is a great guy. Okay, I'm going to shut that down. All right. Now, earlier today, actually, my first commenter was, and he's got two identities. One is his superhero identity, Sleepy Reader 666, and the other is, well, you'll have to look for yourself in the comment section. I'm not giving his Bruce Wayne or his Clark Kent or his T'Challa. I ain't giving it to you. But we also have Invisible VIP, who's been waiting. Mark MAW quadruple 01. He is going to probably watch the repeat. My good friend from Scotland Yard, man. You can't keep a good Scot down. Stephen McKee. He may be watching. If not, he'll be watching the repeat. And I got something for you, Stephen, just to show you. I know this is Koesten. This is Scott's show. But I got something for Stephen. Todd Pauly, who I always love chatting with on Twitter. He is ready for the show to begin. Invincible VIP, I think he's made it with us. Todd's made it with us. Hippie had to go to work. Anyone need, you know, we gotta love Tom Dolan. One of my other good friends, Carlos Infante, is here. And if you missed last week, I think it was Carlos, you were in the Phantom Zone at youtube.com/Roger69501. Puerto Rican passion with a little bit of Mexican flavor with Carlos Infante. And Stephen McKee, he's here tonight. So I'm glad all of you are here to support Koesten Braumstar, and we're going to get into the fact, if you don't know what's going on, or maybe you're a subscriber to mine and you're not a subscriber to Scott Braumstar. We're going to talk a little bit about that too, so you can learn the impact he has made on my life as well as a lot of the YouTube comic book community users as well. I think I just said well twice. But when you come in live, you don't know what the hell you're going to say next. Oh, yeah. That's why I love live shows. And just a quick announcement on April 18th, which is a Friday. I don't know when the Friday shows are coming back. This is a special show. This is like a Super Bowl show. But the other stuff still might come in May. But I'm getting faster internet. It's called ATT Uverse. So it's a big step up from a normal AT&T DSL. Okay, so let me pour a little drink, and we're going to learn a little bit about the man known as Koesten Braumstar. I'm pouring me. Let me get on my screen. I'm not even on the. I'm just kind of looking at the camera. I don't have my actual video of the hangout. I'm looking at comments. You know, sometimes it's kind of funny. I just want to break real quick. When you do live shows, you know, you like. I love it how like some of us will just look right into the camera. Now, occasionally I'll look over here for comments, or this is the picture with the Google Hangout. So I'm kind of looking to make sure I'm in the pictures. My head centers it off to the left. It's off to the right. You know, stuff like that. But normally I look in the camera. But for this, I'm pouring some of my favorite beverage, Dr. Pepper. Believe it or not, I haven't had any Sailor Jerry tonight. I'm just happy because I'm back. I'm finally back, and this is a. I'm going to say it's a glorious occasion, and you know, because we are giving special tribute tonight to Scott Braumstar, and I'm not one of those kind of guys that are like sad and stuff, because I don't believe in that bullshit. I believe in smiling, big ass legend smile. You know you love it, ha ha, laughter, and this phrase, coming at you live. That shit'll put a smile on your face. Ain't no doubt about it. Damn, I just lost a viewer. All right. Look at this. This one's for Stephen McKee and all you other fans out there. Look at that glass. My wife got me these little glasses. I don't know if they're like called tumblers or what, but they were all classic Batman covers. And that, of course, fans, is Batman #1, first appearance of the Joker and Catwoman. And I've got a great lead. If you want one of these comics, 5.0, it's a refurbished. No, it's not refurbished. It's restored, 45 grand. If you're serious, if you're a serious buyer, get in touch with me. 45 grand. I don't have it, but I know someone that does. Excuse me, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. But you know when you drink all that, you go like this. All right, y'all are probably tired of my bullshit. All right, let me get to the good stuff. I dropped another viewer. Okay, hold on. All right, because a lot of you out there, you're going to be watching this on the rewind. Some of you out there are watching Comic Book Roundtable. I think that's what they call it. I haven't seen it in a long time. I've been MIA for a while. But I want to talk a little bit about Scott Braumstar. His name's Koesten Braumstar. Again, youtube.com/Koesten Braumstar. I'm going to be plugging it all night, so just get your ears going. Subscribe to him. I mean, I know a lot of you are subscribed to him. Oh, my boy John DeCosta's in the house. Yeah, and I talked to Scott today. Actually, maybe it was yesterday, and he said he's going to try to watch it if he's up to it. But it's going to be a good little tribute. I got a lot of good stories to tell, behind the scenes stuff, some funny stuff, just banter between me and him that's so damn funny. Well, it's great. So we have John DeCosta is here in the house. DeCosta DC Comics. The Continental Gamers here. Stephen McKee says everything tastes better out of a Batman cup. Ain't that the truth? And John DeCosta here is the host of Bat Chat, which is kind of like Roger's Phantom Zone, talks about Superman, but John, he talks about nothing but Batman stuff, and maybe a little Nightwing. No, Jason Todd, yeah, that's John's favorite. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I got into the comic book community. The guy that kind of reached out to me was Captain Cummings back in the day. This must have been 2 months, no, 2 years, maybe over 2 years. Good old Captain Cummings. He reached out to me. He had an awesome deal, good show, good comic book guy, loves the Avengers. He reached out and like got a hold of me. We kind of started talking. I was already watching Captain Strangelast's videos. I was putting some stuff out as well, just about comic book collecting, but I wasn't all the way sucked back into collecting yet until I went down and got those All-Star Westerns. And then I got sucked in the New 52, and then I'm back in spending some money. But I love doing it because I love to read the story. But and I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning his name, but he is he's been around. Captain Cummings has been around, definitely one of the long-time members here in the comic book community. So yeah, he kind of reached out to me, and we got to know each other, and I started listening. They had this show. Originally, it was on the Comic Book Community Central or Comic Central or something like that. And I think it was a channel set up by Dark Avenger Chris and Doc and Hallett Chris. And he had this podcast type thing on that channel. Really good, really informative. A lot of the guys got together, talked about comics. And then finally, kind of the viewership was getting kind of low, so he went ahead and moved it to his channel, and it was called Comic Talk Podcast. And a lot of the stuff you see, well, I don't want to say like he invented everything, but a lot of the stuff you see actually goes back to Phil, Captain Cummings. So to me, he's kind of one of, well, to me personally, he's kind of one of the pioneers that kind of started the whole podcast group shows, pretty much. And so I was asked to do a show. I think it was episode 6. I don't really remember. And it was so cool. You had Captain Cummings on there. I got to know Koesten Braumstar. I got to know 123 Comic Man. This was when the Comic Bro guy was still in diapers. I mean, he was not up to the big leagues. I love that guy. But anyway, yeah, Comic Bro was in there sometimes, but it was me, Captain Cummings, Koesten Braumstar, Oddfellows Thoughts, Hippies Collectibles. On the occasion, very rare occasion, you get this guy called Captain Strangelove. You may have heard of him. He's got some fans around here. So yeah, and Hippies Collectibles. So a lot of these guys, some of them I've just heard their names, and mainly Hans mentioned all of them. And also another one was a comic book mom, but I learned about her a little later. But I learned about all these people from watching Captain Cummings, Captain Strangelove. So a lot of the captains I was kind of getting kind of sucked in. Rick Sageekin, he was doing some stuff on there, which he was really fun too. So yeah, that was my little taste of getting in and finally meeting Koesten Braumstar. Oh, let me give you another name. I forgot about this guy. This next guy, he was always a little, he was always a guy that had a date, hot date, or prior engagement, or something high up, man. You know, like saving the world, helping a granny cross the street, getting a cat out of the tree. I'm sorry I left you out. Tim Howler Mouse, or Howler Tim Mouse. Howler Mouse came in too, so he was a big part of that whole genre of pod. Well, you know, I don't want, you know, like I said, to me, these were the guys that I kind of started with and I started to admire. So yeah, I mean, I got involved with all those guys, and their original deal called the Comic Central, or I feel like an idiot because I cannot remember this name. But anyway, what's great is Mark, M-A-W quadruple 01. If you want to see some classic Mark, M-A-W, go check him out because he has some old school videos up. They're kind of fun to see in the old days. So anyway, I got to meeting Scott, and then, you know, it branched off and advanced and kept going. You know, the show, you know, people went separate ways. You know, it's kind of like Damn, what's a good one? You know, like Slash leaving or band member dying, you know, or I can't really think of any off the top. But you know, an awesome band, like a big ass band, will break up, and people will kind of go separate ways, and then they'll start to pull. It's kind of like they'll start to pull other people in, and then it grows and grows and grows. But with those main guys, those original guys, kind of splitting off, and everyone's kind of doing their own stuff. But I got to know Scott a little more when he started up the, him and Travis started up Comic Book Roundtable, which usually is on every Friday night. So Oddfellows Thoughts is his channel. So catch him. And Captain Cummings is back too. He does some great cooking videos, way better than my cooking videos. He pretty much puts my stuff to shame. But if you've seen The Great Chef, you know he's full of shit. But he's pretty damn. I hope he's funny. So definitely check him out. I'm saying a lot of but anyway, back to Scott Braumstar. This is about Scott Braumstar, and I'm just trying to give the history of you know how I got to know Scott. And in between things, we used to use Skype a lot. So sometimes, you know, and I usually used to have Skype come on at startup, but I don't do that anymore because I've got a lot of people and they just always bother me or whatever. But no, Scott never did that. So. But yeah, Scott was the kind of guy where if he was on Skype, you know, and online, same with Doc and Howlett, sometimes Audrey, but Audrey got to know me a little too well, and sometimes I can be like an annoying little pesty brother, you know, who won't leave her alone, even though I like kind of bugging her. But yeah, Scott was the guy where you could just go in on Skype, just shoot the shit with him. Talk about stuff other than comics, you know, what's going on in your life, you know, what's been happening, you know, personal stuff. I got to know him on a personal level, and you know, I love when we private message each other, you know, we get to talk to each other, because a lot of times it's really hard. For me personally, I'm so busy now, my kids are older. I had a basketball game tonight, camp out tomorrow, which I'm pretty sick for. I've got some congestion, so wife's going on the camp out. Yeah, so I can stay home. And Sunday, a basketball game for the oldest son. So I can't really do a lot of the live shows anymore, which kind of sucks. But Friday nights, I try to have enough energy, enough to muster for my own show. But back in the day, man, it was so cool getting everyone together. And like I said, Scott Braumstar was one of the big guys also, besides Captain Cummings and Oddfellows Thoughts and everyone else. Those were some of the guys that were really hardcore, how it amounts to, of getting behind that and getting everyone on, and everyone was just always on. I guess we just didn't have anything to do. I think out of all of us, Howley was the only one who had a life. Everyone else was just on their butts at home, but it was fun nonetheless. So back to Scott, man. Just a great guy, a lot of fun, just a lot of fun. And the first time I ever got on the deal with the Captain Cummings, Scott, Howler, Oddfellows Thoughts, Hippie, all of us, I was kind of nervous, you know, and I didn't really talk much because, which is pretty stupid, because I've done, way before I was doing comic book videos, I've always done game videos, gaming videos, commentary. A lot of people, and I'm not tooting my own horn, and a lot of you may not be able to tell by this, because the thing is, if you see me and watch me all the time, you'll know that, you know, I'm the legend, I'm hyped, I'm jacked up. But a lot of times, you know, I'm just talking, you know, normal, just talking legit. And I swear to God, this is scary, but it's also good for me. And I'm not bullshitting. I got Swine of the Holy Bible King James Red Letter Edition with maps and concordances in the back. Ever since I started working retail in '96, I worked for a drug company known as Eckerd Drugs, sucked, and they turned into CVS. People would come up to me and they would say, "Wow, you've got a great voice. It sounds like your voice could be on the radio." Or, to that extent, are like, you ought to be doing commercials, or yeah, hey, what's up? So to this day, I work in a customer service with the library. I also do youth services, 6-month babies all the way up to teenagers, programming for the library that I work at. And a lot of the older patrons come up to me, older patrons means like customers or people checking the books, and they say, wow, you got a great voice. Or, they'll say something like that. And I always tell them, once I'm done with my library career, whether I get fired first or if I can make it as long as I can make it without my body breaking down, then I'm going to definitely go into voice acting. And, if I can do commercials, great. I don't want to go to school to be a radio DJ or anything like that. But voice acting is something I can do. I did acting in high school, so I think I can do that. But it's not what I can do. It's what Koesten Braumstar can do. And if you subscribe to Koesten Braumstar today by going to youtube.com/Koesten Braumstar, not only will you be helping out his subscriber count, which he doesn't give a shit about, but you will be able to witness one of the greatest minds here in the YouTube comic book community that will show you his passion for comics, movies, and music, and pop culture. So definitely check it out. You'll be glad you did. But so that's kind of how I got plugged in to know Koesten Braumstar. And I'm not on my screen. I'm actually looking at the comments. And I don't really have a lot of comments. Maybe because Firefox sucks. Oh, I didn't say that. I love Mozilla. Let me refresh my page. But that was kind of how I first initially kind of got to know Scott Braumstar. Good here. Now I've got well, I'll save all that for later. Some of you, I still have packages that I need to send out that I haven't sent out yet. I've sent about half of people packages, and the others, the heavy ass stuff, I have not sent yet. There's like one to Canada I got to send too. But once we got around to doing where people kind of split up. Once we got around to doing comic book roundtable, we were so in tune with each other, and it only took me about 2 shows to get kind of involved with everyone else, and it was so good to hear Scott and Travis go, just like, you think those people thought I had a radio voice. I mean, you could put those 2 guys on a podcast, and I think Travis actually does do that sometimes. You could put them on a show, and like I say, I would rather watch them than that comic book men thing, you know what I mean? But it was just so damn good, and sometimes I would forget to talk some, so like, I didn't have the knowledge they had. I could tell them what books I like, and this, you may have thought, like, when you saw us all together, like, this is kind of like the Kings of Comedy, but it's, just some guys talking about comics. But you may have felt like, wow, these people know their stuff. Well, they know their stuff. Howler, Tim, Scott, Hippie, Dawkins, Captain Strath, yeah, they know their stuff. I'm just giving you how I see it. If I read it and I like it, I'm going to let you know about it. If I didn't really dig it, and I dig most of my stuff because I just love short stories. I love pictures. So it would have to be a really bad book for me to say, oh, I don't like that book. But, yeah, I just learned so much from it. And like what I was saying, a lot of times I would be kind of the comedy relief on there. So sometimes I would just say some stupid-ass stuff or some funny stuff. Like, for instance, I was always plugging the shit out of my channel, which was stupid, but I loved doing it because Scott would always fire something back. Like, here we go again. Rob, go ahead and tell them. And yeah, so I loved it. I mean, we would play off each other so much. I would say something stupid. I'd look over, or I would look at Travis, and Travis would just be going like this. So it was a lot of fun. And it's just, it is what it is. I mean, we don't really get together much anymore, like I said, because I'm so damn busy and all that stuff. But freaking awesome. So anytime you get a chance to see any of those guys I mentioned, check them out, man. Definitely check them out. I know if you've watched last week or this week that we've just been through and last week, you'll see so many videos. If you're subscribed to all these people in the comic book community like I am, you'll see so many videos about tribute to Scott or Koesten Braumstar, and what that, well, I know what it tells me, but what it tells everyone is that Scott, I'm speaking to you directly, everyone loves you, respects you, cares about you. I mean, because we see you so often, you really are like family. A lot of us, like, for instance, myself, I've got a best friend named Hank who lives one town over, and I've got a best friend in Tennessee named Rank, crazy fool. And why I love Rank so much is he reminds me so much of myself, and his wife Katie reminds me so much of my wife Brandy when we were that age, just kind of starting out. And what's going to be funny is when they have kids, and Dustin, you can't buy all the shit you want to buy. But when we meet each other on YouTube through the community or through Skype or through Hangouts or through the comment section, it's like we talk to each other. And then the more we talk to each other, the more we get to know each other. We throw each other shout-outs in the shows. We do a lot of stuff, and you get to know those people. And, you know, sometimes you'll get to know them and you'll, like, say, oh, man, that guy's kind of a dick, or that guy's kind of full of himself. Shit, yeah, I am. No, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, sometimes you'll like someone, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll start out liking someone, and then you'll have a disagreement, and you'll kind of break apart. And instead of realizing, you know, both of you made a mistake, you know, the bridge is burned, and you ain't never going to fix it back, which is okay, too. You know, I've burnt bridges on here, so I fucking know. But and most of the time, it's my own stupidity or my own screws that are loose, you know. So that sucks. But anyway, no big deal. You know, you move on, and you kind of learn from your mistakes, and you hope to do better with your next person you meet. Because you don't want to be like a dick to everybody. We've met some great people through live shows with Scott. One of my most memorable shows, and this was the best I've ever seen Travis, but me and Scott were in this show. Hippie was in this show. I don't remember who else was. Oh, Captain Cummings was in the show. He had the best line of the night. And it was about okay. The Captain Cummings, Phil invited a guy named William Thorne. Now, hands down, William, if you're watching, you are one of the most entertaining, interesting, cool, man. He is really cool. Guys I've ever met in the comic book community. I wish you'd do more videos. I love your videos. He shows some really, I don't want to say rare, but it's stuff that I don't know. I've never seen. Anyways, the guys had him on the show. Captain Cummings had him on the show. So William Thorne, he loves villains with a passion. He loves the villains more than he loves the heroes, which is kind of weird, you know, because we all love heroes. You know, we like heroes. Some of us don't even like heroes. We just like good stories without heroes. But William loved villains. He also loved first issues. #1 issues. So only villains in #1 issues. So if you watch his videos and he's pulling out villain books or he's bashing a hero or talking shit on Batman and Superman and all them, don't worry, that's just William. He loves to hate on the superheroes and he loves the villains. But anyway, so we're all on the show, and William Thorne in Oddfellows Thoughts Travis has the best ever debate, back and forth, back and forth. It was so damn good, and you just had to be there. And at the close of the show, the captain said something funny as hell. He said, he always went down the line and he gave us final thoughts. And he said, and he said, and I don't know if he said Bill Thong or William Thong. But he said thong, like, you know, a woman's thong. Oh my God, I could not contain myself. I think I may have muted the mic, turned the camera. I don't know, but one of the funniest damn things ever. And I know Scott thought that was funny as hell too. But yeah, so we've just had a great time. And that's kind of a little bit about how me and Scott met and everyone else, and how I kind of got involved in the comic book community. And some of the people I'm close with now, some I'm distant, I'm far away with, and I need to get back in and you know, be a better guy out here as far as a better personality, I guess. Shit, I don't know. Or a better friend, if you, yeah, that's what it's all about. But another thing, let me see how long this has been going. I'm not even looking in my comments. I hope I'm looking at the camera. We got 9 viewers. Doesn't really tell me how long this has been, so let me fast forward this. It's been about 30 minutes, maybe. 30-something minutes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and, I don't want to keep you too long. I don't want to go a full hour. I don't really have anything to show you, and I'm not going to show you anything, because tonight's just some fun stuff about our good friend Scott, what he means to us in the community, what the plans are, and maybe when will we see his return. Man, oh man. But, you know, a lot of times, you see the person on the camera. And sometimes, well, I don't want to say a lot of us, because a lot of us are just telling the truth. You know, if we're not feeling good, we normally let people know. Sometimes our good friend Hans, Captain Strangelove, doesn't feel good. Sometimes Howler's under the weather, and you can always tell, because Tim will wear that robe and a towel around his neck with a pipe. Now, I don't know why he's smoking that pipe when he's sick. Tim, you need to quit smoking. Hippies Collectibles might be feeling a little pain, and Travis might feel some pain. Who else? Everyone. Sick people. My buddy Ben, he's sick right now, and he's going through some surgeries and stuff. But one of the guys that has gotten kind of ill back and forth has been Scott, and we've all seen that. We know that. Sometimes we'll see that Scott we just love. We just want to give this guy a freaking bear hug, because he's just a guy you love and you admire, and you just, man, he's just great. And that beard is so cuddly, and oh, sexy man. Anyway, but and you know, he'll let us know if he's not feeling good, and then he'll take some time off. And then we'll keep in touch, you know, every now and then. He'll message me, or he'll message someone else, and then I'll say, hey, have you heard from Scott? Is he doing okay? And it's like, yeah, he's just not feeling good right now. He's going to do some more videos when he's feeling better. Because when you put yourself on the camera, and even live shows, I mean, live shows are the easiest thing to do. I mean, they may come off professional and great just because I just fucking talk. I just keep going. But those are, you know, they're easy to do. Quality may not be good because my internet's not that great, but regardless, whenever you step in front of that camera and you bring yourself, you bring your passion, you bring your interest, you bring your feelings, you bring your thoughts, you're putting yourself out there. And it's kind of like my son getting ready for a basketball game. I know it doesn't take a lot of work. And I don't have a water bottle. I have a Dr. Pepper. I don't have Gatorade. I got a Batman cup, glass. But sometimes even doing videos when you're sick or when you're ill or when you're uncomfortable, it's very hard to do these sometimes. And a lot of times, I've felt like this way before. I know everyone else in the comments has felt like this way before. You kind of feel like you're letting your friends, your fans, your community down when you can't make the videos, and when you can't be on a live show, or you know, you get kind of frustrated because, man, I just wanted to be on the live show, but I can't make it. I've got other responsibilities and all that stuff. And I just want everyone to know, and a lot of you do know this, that even though you won't be around or you're taking some time off due to tiredness, getting burnout, trolls, hookers, whatever, we always support each other. We always get behind each other and support each other, and that's why I think makes this community so good. And if it wasn't for people like Koesten Braumstar and Tim Hallermouse and Hippie and Hans and everyone else, if it wasn't for them setting that example, or whoever you started watching first in this comic book community, if it wasn't for those guys that have been here a really long time, you know, we kind of follow in their example. You know, we watched them, you're like, you know what? I'm into the same stuff that guy's into. Holy crap. I remember Howler said first time he saw Scott, or he got to know him, he said, Scott's a Kirby man. Because Scott was showing Commandy, showing OMAC, showing the New Gods. A lot of that stuff Scott had, or still has, was some Kirby when he was doing the DC thing. And Howler, Tim, could totally relate to that because Tim was a kid during those times. And he was digging the hell out of Kirby, you know? And if Scott and Tim were born when Hans and Hippie, then they would be into Kirby and they would have some of those 1960s issues. But they were more Bronze Age. So too bad the DeLorean does not work, or we would all go back in time and buy our Holy Grail books. But, you know, by watching them and seeing how they did things, you know, seeing them take time off, we're like, you know what, if these guys can take time off, we can too, and that's okay because they're not gone. They're not forgotten. You never forget these people. Tim Hallermouse has once said that if you go to the channel, this is like a damn, you know how in the 80s and 70s and stuff, 60s, people did time capsules in school. We buried time capsules, put cement over it. Kind of like we were following in the Egyptian footsteps of putting gold, putting hearts in jars, whatever you want to call it, putting brains, pulling them out of your nose, shove them up your ass sideways, put it in a jar, you know, do anything. Take a shit in a jar, shit the brain out, whatever. But YouTube is kind of just like that until, you know, it crashes and all the videos get wiped. But, so even though Scott's taking a little time off, remember, he has a huge back issue of videos that you can check out today at youtube.com/Koesten Braumstar. You'll be glad you did, because you'll learn something. Damn, Epic Lotus, I'm the first YouTuber I started watching. Well, that's good. How did you start watching the Epic? Did you start by my video game commentary, my great cooking, my 5-star cooking, or Skylanders, or the comic books? Let me know. Please close the door. Please close the door. Okay. Good night, buddy. I'll be in there in a little bit to check on you. Good night. I love you. I promise. But you can check out the whole back catalog. So if you want to see some of these old school dudes, and that's the cool thing. I mean, to me, I look at them like Magic Johnsons, Larry Birds, Dr. J's. I don't know if any of them dudes are Michael Jordans. Yeah, Hans and Hippie, they're my Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. I don't know which is which. But, you know, those old geezers, they need some time. They need some time to chill. If you look at Hallermouse, he ain't getting no younger. He's getting better looking. But, and that's why the younger guys are so important. Running with Comics, CJ, Dart Nate, Frank Comic News, Sarah Smash, Jen, a Comic Girl. Actually, yeah, she looks pretty young. Johnny DeCosta, 123 Comic Bro. You know, the kid that was in diapers back in the day. Now he's an adult. I think he's even married too. But those guys, they're picking it up. They're picking it up a level. And now, I don't want to talk about all that stuff and not leave out my UK brothers. Mark Ghost Critic, Mark MAW00001. Actually, they're kind of old school like me and some of the other olders. But you got the new schools. And I think Matt on Comics. Matt is younger than me. My butter. I wish I remembered your name, my butter, but you're so entertaining. Stephen McKee, the great Scot from Scotland. I drink to him all the time. Todd Polly. Continental Gamer. Carlos, Rebel Gator. Sleeper Reader. Roger. List goes on. But what I'm trying to say, and I'm going to wrap this up because I am starting to ramble and shit ain't making sense. But, you know, we all do need breaks. Right now, I want to talk a little bit about Scott's break, his current break. Many of you know, if you've watched his past videos, that sometimes when he doesn't feel well or if he falls sick or gets ill, he might be off for a good 2 weeks to a month because he's dealing with some health issues. Some health issues could be as simple as a cold, congestion, and I'm glad I haven't coughed during this video. Scott's with us all right now. Watch him. And he's giving me that Kirby power. Like I said, Tim said he was a Kirby guy, but Tim, you're wrong. You're wrong, Tim. He's a Liefeld guy. I shouldn't have said that shit. All right, no, he's a Kirby guy. But Scott is kind of seriously, well, I don't want to say seriously, you know, but he's a little more sick than what he normally is. So the best rest, and everyone in our community would tell him this, the best rest is to see your doctors, do what your doctors say, do not go to work, read some comics, but be very careful with them. You want them near mint, not bent. Relax, lay in your comforter, watch your Criterion collection. You'll remember all that stuff, and then you can tell us when you're feeling better. Same with your comics. But everyone understands that we want you to get to feeling better because we love you, we respect you, we want to see you 110%, and that will be the best gift you can ever give to us, even way better than those kick-ass videos you do, is just being back, being yourself, making me laugh like you do everyone else, throwing some shit at me, you know, because that's the best. We play off each other really well. I told him he was the Dean Martin, I was the Jerry Lewis, although those weren't my two favorite comedians. I really like Laurel and Hardy and Three Stooges. He was the Mo, I was the Shimp, or Shimp's my favorite. But we want you to get better. And now, fans, what I'm asking right now, I want all of you to pay close attention. With things, if you're out of work or your work gives you time off, you have money, health insurance, things of that nature, to help with your medical benefits and treatments and medicines and pharmacy visits, doctor visits, taking a test, going back to the doctor to get the test results, get the results explained to you. Each time you go through one phase, it's always extra money, just piling the shit on. You know, when I go to the dentist, I get my teeth cleaned, and I go 3 times a year. It's been a while since I've been, actually. I get one cleaning where the dentist doesn't come in. But did you know, after you get that one cleaning, just for the dentist to come in, rub your teeth a little bit, look at the x-rays, that shit adds like a ton of more money on there, although the dentist is only sitting in the office with you for about 3 to 5 minutes extra. So each thing Scott will go through, the test to find out for sure what's wrong, the results. They're going to talk to him about different procedures, different things he can do. He can go down and it's like a tree, a stat tree. Medicine, pills, or do you want to go ahead and have a surgery? and they can remove stuff, whatever you want to do. Each phase is going to cost money. You go the surgery route, they're going to cut you open. Surgery's going to cost some money. Anesthesia is going to cost some money. Medicines, pain relief, going to cost some money. Sealing you up costs you some money. Putting that damn blanket on him, it's going to cost some money. So, tonight, what I'm asking, I've opened up the Great Legend Show donations. I've opened it up for Koesten Braumstar tonight. The donations that you donate, Great Legend Show donations, tonight all the way to the night of June 1st. Once it hits June 2nd, it's over. But tonight, all the way to June 1st, you'll be able to donate to the Legend Show donations. The Great Legend is going to write all your names down because Scott's going to know who donated. If you want to be left anonymous, let me know. We'll just put anonymous there. And we're going to be raising some money together as a comic book community to help fund some of Scott's medical expenses, whether that be medicines, surgeries, doctor visits, wheelchair, crutches, that thing you piss in, whatever. The jug. Actually, I had to use one of those once. Fucking hard to do. Piss flying around everywhere. Anyway, but so yeah, we're going to be doing that, and this is really cool. First time I've ever done this, and Scott always used to get me on this because Scott would always say, he'd get me when I plugged the donations. But I'm getting him back because this donation, it ain't for the legend, it ain't for the show, it is for my legend, for your legend, Koesten Scott Braumstar. So from now all the way to June 1st, feel free to donate some money for Scott. He's a great guy. I love him like a brother. And he's going to be just fine. But being just fine and having a shitload of bills is two different things. So whatever you can donate is going to be great. Raising some money for Scott Braumstar and his medical expenses. And I want the whole YouTube comic book community involved. Because fans, here we go. If we raise over $100 for Koesten Braumstar, this beautiful hair here, this sexy hair, will be shaved live on the Great Legend Show in June. It's going to be shaved down to a 1. Shaved all the way down to a 1. I ain't taking no raise to my damn scalp. But we're shaving all this beautiful, luscious, sexy, legendary, brown and white, beautiful hair. Shaving all of that off to a 1. So I could be like the rest of you bald-ass bastards. You bald bitches. That's one thing in the comic book community we got a bunch of bald-ass motherfuckers. Okay, sorry. But yeah, that's the plan. We raised over $100. All of the hair will get shaved off. In the name, Scott Braumstar. So remember, now how do you donate? How do you donate? First off, if you don't know who the guy is, check him out. If you're not interested in comics, if you don't like movies, if you don't like music, if you don't like pop culture, subscribe to the guy for the beard. He's got one of the best looking beards you're ever going to see. Down here in the video description, we have a link called Please Donate to Koesten Braumstar. Okay? what I've got, I also have on youtube.com/rdowdy95. You go to the About link. Make sure that's correct. I don't want to steer anyone in the wrong area. Server not found. Yay, I'm really great at typing in URLs. Okay. God, where's the slash? Okay, here we go. Alright, so you go to the About link under the banner or whatnot, and you click on Donate. It's going to take you to a page called The Great Legend Donations or The Great Legend Show Donations. Yeah, The Great Legend Show Donations. And you'll be able to donate. And up until June 1st, once June 2nd, it goes back to me. So if you donate $5 June 2nd, I'm going to buy some comics with it. Okay? But June 1st is the cutoff date. And I'll put that in the description. And also I'm going to be doing some videos. I'll be doing some more videos, some offline videos. And I'll try to work that in. But the next live videos I will be doing in May, or maybe even sooner when I get the faster internet, I'll be plugging it. I'm going to be constantly plugging it. So you won't forget. I know you won't forget about Koesten Braumstar. I know you won't forget about the Great Legend. I know you won't forget about Rebel Gator, Todd Polly, Hitman Von Doom, Shepard Not the Fremont, Steve McKee, Hitman Von Doom, Shepard, Epic Lewis, Lotus, Rebel Gator, Todd Polly. All right, y'all quit commenting. John Acosta, Continental Gamer, Steve McKee, Close with Eye, Hippies Collectibles, Invincible VIP, Steve McKee, Damian Kilby, Ma, Quadruple 01. Who the fuck is Damian Kilby? Anyway, the Sleepy Root 666, he's in here. But you won't forget about none of us. But don't forget about Scott. Don't forget about the bullshit, man. I mean, it sucks because one of our brothers is down and out right now. Not down and out, but like he's uncomfortable. He's going to have some medical stuff going on the next couple of months probably. He's going to be out of commission for a while. So the best way that we can help him, pray for him, keep him in your thoughts, maybe send him some care packages. That would be kind of cool. But a great way also, if you can't send or if you don't like sending stuff to Canada, is to donate with the link below in the video description. Go to youtube.com/rdowdy95. Copy that link, put it in your video descriptions, because the more that people know about this, the more money we can earn. And was it earn? The more money we could raise. We're raising money here, not earning. We're raising money for Koesten Braumstar and to get his health back to 110%. We want to get him to kick this bullshit in the ass so we can have our Koesten Braumstar back. Because no fucking little disease or little sickness or little cough or little cold is going to hold the big man down. He'll be back. And he'll probably be back before we know it because he's a stubborn SOB and he loves to do videos and he loves to entertain you as well as I love to entertain. So remember, video description below, copy that URL, put it in your own videos. You know, let people know that we have one of our own down and out and we're going to do what we can to help it. And like I said, if we go over $100, we're going to shave the hair live. On one of the Friday night shows in June. So that's going to be a sight to see. I told my people at work. And they'll get used to it. Whatever. So anyway, fans, thank you so much for tonight, for watching the Koesten Braumstar special tribute. And I hope I gave you a little idea of how much this guy means to me, means to you, means to all of our comic book community. I mean, we always talk about pillars, but pillars don't stand unless they have a foundation to stand on. And he's kind of like the heart and soul. I mean, he's just there in the center of it all, and he just fucking loves it, man. And we love him for it. I mean, it's so great to see him throw a video up, forgot to give a plug, finally designed one of the finest duo shows I've ever seen. Two guys that know their stuff, know history, pick a topic, and talk about all the things they know about it, why they like it. We have Koesten Braumstar and Howler Mouse. Remember, fans, these donations are for Koesten Braumstar, not Howler Mouse. No Howler Mouse. You can help Howler Mouse by going to his eBay page, but we'll plug Howler on a different day. For Koesten Braumstar and all the awesome people in the YouTube comic book community, I'm the Great Legend, and I'm saying peace out. Got to find the stop broadcast button. Peace out. God bless.